right, everybody, welcome back to the Raffles Podcast. I'm here with the one and only Bubba Bolden, Mr. LV himself, Mr.
Yes,
Bishop Gorman,
yes,
Mr. USC Trojan, Mr. Miami Hurricane. Brother, how you feeling?
I'm doing good, bro. How you been, bro?
I'm good, bro. I can't complain, bro. We had a little slow setup to start, bro. We finally got back into action, man. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, bro. Happy to be here. Happy to be alive, bro.
That's good.
Blessed in the city.
That's good, man. I'm glad, man. I appreciate you coming on to the pod, bro, too, before we get into everything, man.
I got to show that love and support, dog.
Easy, man. Me and Bubba go way back, bro. I got the opportunity to share the field with him when we was younger. Got to play against him when we was in high school and stuff. I don't think I ever... Our freshman year, I think we played against each other too as well. But
yeah,
I wasn't seeing too much action my freshman year like that.
Nah, I was on special teams.
Yeah, we used to slow roll for us. Boys was getting their feet wet.
You already know.
All right, all right, bro. We'll go ahead and jump right into it, man. I got some icebreaker questions for you. It's gonna be rapid fire. So
bet. Let's go.
Shoot them fast responses, bro. Hot or cold?
Hot.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Nike. Oh, all right. We're gonna backtrack on that one. Okay. Fruity Pebbles or Fruit Loops?
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles. Okay. All right. And Michael Jackson or Prince?
Michael Jackson.
Bro, I thought you was gonna say Prince. I'm gonna keep it bad with you,
don't
man. I thought you was gonna say Prince, bro.
Don't do that to me.
I would give it a whole stack with you, man. You gonna go with Nike over the Adidas though?
Yeah, 1000%.
Miami was Adidas.
Yeah.
You rolled, and USC was Nike. Bro,
Nike is it. Adidas ain't. It ain't it. I mean, like cleats wise.
Yeah.
My feet move around too much in them.
Okay.
Shoes wise, I mean, what they got other than like Yeezys or
that's all I was about to say. I feel like
even Yeezys. I've never bought a pair of Yeezys, and I probably won't.
I feel like Adidas is taking over that wave now because of the Yeezys and stuff. Because Kanye and shit.
Yeah, and now look at Kanye. Kanye about to back out.
Hey,
I don't know.
Hey, man, we got Kanye. We gotta keep our eye on that guy. Hey,
he different,
man. Absolutely. Well, man, we're gonna go ahead and go right into it, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. To how you got to where you are right now, being able to share this platform with me and stuff like that. Youth days when you first started playing ball and everything, and how everything was just growing up in Las Vegas, man.
Yeah, I mean, so originally born in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Moved out to Vegas.
I didn't know that
when I was like 2 months. So like. Basically raised out here, This is my city, but started playing football at 5.
Yeah.
Before that, I used to race BMX.
Word.
Was you nice? I was nice. I was about to go to the X Games.
Like that?
Nah, not like that. Nah. But
that boy over here telling the story, bro. I'm like, BMX ain't no way, bro.
Nah, legit though. I did race BMX though.
Okay. All right.
And then I just told my parents, I was like, I want to try out football.
Yeah.
Tried out football at 5 and then been playing ever since. So,
word.
Obviously started Little League, played with the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
I remember playing the Bucks, and y'all used to just dominate us.
Hey, the Bucks was nice. And shout out to everybody that was on them Bucks teams.
You already know, so I had to make that quick transition to the Bucks real quick, and that's when me and Greg played together, and we kind of lit it up.
Yeah.
Fast forward, I ended up going to high school, and we was at Gorman, obviously.
Yeah.
Started off playing quarterback up there freshman year, and then made that transition at the end of freshman year when you get moved up for like the varsity game, the playoff games.
Right.
And I started playing safety.
And you was playing quarterback like even through because you used to our quarterback with the Bucks and stuff, and like youth days and stuff like that. So
the whole youth days, I was quarterback, safety.
That was your position.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
He was nice at quarterback too, by the way.
Yeah.
He was real nice.
Yeah. So obviously Tate ended up coming to the school sophomore year.
Yeah.
And at that point I was like, all right, I'm about to just play safety.
Mm-hmm.
So sophomore year, that's when I really started playing safety, and kind of took it serious.
Mm-hmm.
So throughout basically high school, I was still learning how to play safety.
Mm-hmm. Still trying to get all the techniques down
exactly.
and stuff like that.
It was just kind of like, it was just like I was like an athlete just out there playing.
Right.
But eventually getting through that, having a very wonderful high school career.
Yeah.
Led me to college, led me to SC. I mean, led me there, played safety. Ended up getting a starting job.
Yeah.
Sophomore year, and had a situation happen, and then ended up going to Miami and whatnot. So.
Got you. So let's backtrack to the Gorman days.
Yeah.
Were you, obviously, you in the youth days, you was going back and forth playing quarterback and playing safety and everything. You made that full transition over to safety? Was it something that like you were a little bit hesitant about, or was it like kind of one of those things where you were like, I know that I'm gonna get the most out of moving to this position to get myself to the next level?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of both, because I've been playing safety, and I was playing safety during our time. We had went up, I think, to Sac State or Fresno State somewhere for like our little summer camp.
Yeah.
And I was out there playing quarterback and safety, but we still had Danny Hong up there, so he was getting a lot of quarterback reps too. And then right after that, like we found out the news about Tate. So I'm like, at this point, I might as well just stick to safety.
Yeah.
I think it'll be better off for me.
Get the most out of this.
And all my homies play defense at that point.
Right.
Like, you feel me? So I made that move, and it was kind of hard at first, but you know, I had Nico, I had other guys there just to really help me out and keep pushing me, bro. So
right.
Shout out to them.
How was the culture at Gorman, bro? I mean, I know that was somewhere that I wanted to go, like when we was coming out from youth football and stuff like that, and I didn't get the opportunity to go. But I mean, y'all were dominant, bro. And then, you know, the number one team in the country for, you know, stints of you being there, and I believe they still are now. I'm not really sure. I don't keep up with it, but you know, a very dominant program. And I always look at Gorman as it was college before getting to college type of deal. You learn. It seemed like y'all were learning a lot and being able to develop your skills a lot too as well. Just speak on that experience at Bishop Gorman and what you learned from being there.
Yeah, I mean, coming in, it was like we the kids with no money. You know, a lot of us, we ain't got no money. We there for sports.
Right.
You know what I mean? And everybody look at it like, oh, Gorman recruit, Gorman do this, Gorman do that. No, like at the end of the day, we got to pay.
Yeah.
If we got to pay money, you know what I mean?
For those that say that's coming from somebody that went there, you know what I'm saying?
You got to pay to go there. Yeah, you might have financial aid, FAFSA, whatever that is. That only help out so much. There ain't no scholarship, ain't none of that. So
right.
It was different. It was a different type of environment being in. But my parents did it for the better of me. Obviously, you know, Vegas has one of the worst like schooling systems in the nation. So they was like, we might as well send them to a private school where he can get good, you know, education along with good sports.
Yeah.
And throughout it, I mean, I've made the most of it. I've made some, you know, lifelong friends, some great connects, some great opportunities, just being around people
creating
with wealth.
An environment,
you know
man.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So being around people with wealth and whatnot, it changes you a little bit.
Yeah,
And it's not like changes you in a bad way. Oh, be cocky, be this, be that. Nah, I just put a different perspective on it. Like, this is how they move.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, with us, we might move a different type of way.
Right, yeah.
So it's like, who you want to be like.
Right.
You want to be just a regular, or you want to be somebody who's wealthy, that owns businesses, that owns hotel, casinos, this, that, the other. So
and you seen that early going, like, was because we was all inner city kids, bro. And like and I never even knew that lifestyle was a thing until seeing like Bishop Gorman and knowing how like going over in the area and like seeing the vibe, and it's like damn, like this is what life is like type of deal.
This is real life.
Yeah, so like being there and being around those people, and I think that as you grow older and you get older and stuff, and you start to see things, it's about being in the right environment and stuff like that. So being an inner city kid and making that transition over to Gorman, like, when did you start seeing that? Did you see that like the freshman year, sophomore year type of deal, like, or was it like?
Freshman year, I feel like it was a little bit. I seen it, but I wasn't in it. You know what I mean? I was still with all my homies, my inner city homies. Obviously, I stuck with them the whole way, but it was just like us. It was like, we here, we play football. That's it. Right. We don't really know y'all. We don't really care about y'all. That was that. Yeah. But I seen it from afar. I seen how people moved, and then once I got moved up to varsity, and I started going out with those type of guys. You know, later on in my freshman year, I was like, all right, well, this is
what it's like.
This is what it's like.
It's a little different.
And then sophomore year came around, and then now I'm starting. Now we all in the mix. Yeah. And at this point, we number 3, number 4 in the nation.
Yeah, I was up there for sure. Yeah.
And then we ended up playing St. John Bosco, and after that game, that's when I realized. I said, all right, this whole thing is different. Yeah. And it's like watching college football, and you seeing like, look at the number 1 team, like look how they are, look how they fans interact, look how all that. It was just like that on a high school level. Everyone. Right. I mean, it was just everybody.
What's some of the biggest lessons that you learned from being at Bishop Gorman, man? Outside of the fact that, you know, knowing people, meeting people, and being in that right environment, like, what are some of the things that you learned from there that you carry over into your life today?
Just discipline, probably. That's probably the main thing. I mean, it was something to go along with you can't have facial hair, you can't have tattoos showing, you can't do this, you can't do that. Shirt tucked in, you know, look professional at all times. Be on time. If you're not on time, you probably get written up. You probably get a Saturday school. You probably do this, you probably do that. So it was just little stuff, you know what I mean? Showing up, bro. Being attentive. Yeah. You know what I mean? I feel like that took me a long way. I fell off track for a little bit, but I ended up getting back on it, and you know what I mean? I ended up graduating from college. So I think me graduating from college came from Gorman.
Yeah. And
just the ways of just all of that. And I mean, even going back to football. Because I know a lot of high school football teams that it's like, yeah, y'all best players can just go out there and kind of do it. With us, it was none of that.
Yeah.
It was structure. Everything's structured. You wear these white socks to practice. You do this, you do that. Nobody's doing nothing different. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So it was just sticking by that code and that discipline the whole way. I mean, it could take you real far, bro. Yeah. Absolutely, bro. I think that's something that you don't learn. A lot of people don't get the opportunity to learn that until, you know, they our age, honestly, man. Exactly. And it's like seeing y'all and how y'all operated and how y'all moved as like a program, those were things that, you know, I didn't really start learning until I got to college, honestly. And like, you know, because you said some programs, they just allow for their players to just kind of like, you know, whatever it is, whatever they go. And then like being at Centennial and Arborview, for me, like I was doing whatever I really wanted to, man. Like I was the guy, you know, and I was able to kind of like, you know, maneuver how I wanted to maneuver. You know, certain rules may have not applied to me like how they apply to other people and stuff. And like, I think that, you know, it wasn't until I got to college where I started to see like, all right, you know what I'm saying? You can't really be on what you want to be on all the time. You know what I'm saying? You got to maneuver like how, you know, everybody else was maneuvering. I think that's pivotal. So yeah, I definitely, you know, that resonates with me a lot. And, you know, it was dope, man, watching y'all and stuff and playing against y'all and stuff like that too. It was nice, bro, to be able to see all that aspect. So, we talk about, you know, what you learned there in the discipline aspect and stuff like that. But then I'm sure, you know, your family played a big factor in that too as well. And just like, you know, you being, you know, somebody that was raised right. And for an individual that's going through a situation where, you know, they may not have the resources that you had going into, you know, Bishop Gorman and, you know, having a strong family and foundation and stuff like that. What advice would you give to them, you know, when it comes to trying to get on to that next level, things that you know, trying to get offers and may not be like where they want to be at in that standpoint? Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is just staying true to yourself, staying true to what you want to do. I mean, if you got a heart or you got a knack for sports, football, baseball, whatever it is, it don't matter. Stick to it. Apply yourself. And then one big thing, I mean, revolving around football, go to these camps. These camps are the biggest things now. Go to the 7-on-7. That's one of the biggest things now. Yeah. I mean, you see all these little kids getting offers off 7-on-7 more so than they do off football. No, that's facts. Yeah. So it's like if you want the real opportunity and you think you good enough, go out there with no pads on. Yeah. And go, you know, do whatever you want to do. Get that exposure. Exactly. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Go play for 7-on-7. Go to the Rivals Camp. Go to the 5-Star Challenge or the Nike opening, whatever it is. Do all that, and you will get exposure. And then, obviously, at the end of the day, you got to just produce on the field wherever you at. Yeah. And just keep going. Don't let up. And if it's not D1 at first and it's JUCO or if it's this or that, work there. It's the same thing. You know, it's a process. You know what I mean? So just keep going. You know, don't ever give up on your dreams, bro. Yeah, that's facts. If you didn't play football, bro, what other sport would you have played? Ooh. We talked about BMX. Yeah, there's no way you're carrying over the BMX all the way until I could 18. I feel like I could have went far with BMX. You feel like you could have did that? Definitely. I was nice. Would you have transitioned over to like skateboarding or something like that? No, like probably like X Games, like you know straight just BMX. BMX. Probably dirt bike riding I would have transitioned to. I'm gonna keep it a band with you. I used to try to skateboard when I was younger. Like no, I used to dabble in skateboarding a little bit. I wasn't good or nothing like that. I think everybody dabbled in skateboarding. Yeah. I don't know if it was for everybody. It wasn't for me. I know that for a fact. So I got on that bike and was pushing. Yeah, jumping over them hills and whatnot. Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what other sport. Yeah. Basketball, I didn't really apply myself to basketball. I was just a body that was kind of bigger than everybody. Because you hooped in middle school, didn't you? Middle school, yeah. So it was like I was kind of bigger than everybody else, so they had me playing like the 4. And I was like, dog, can't do that. I'm trying to be on the wing shooting threes and shit.
Trying to be like Bron in there.
Like, come on, like, I'm like Steph, like, but they wasn't messing with it. So
Right.
It is what it is.
Man, they're just holding that boy back, man. Hey, so you got the opportunity to go to USC, man. That's powerhouse. That's it really don't get no better than SC. One of the granddaddies of when it comes to college football. A very elite program. A lot of great players got the opportunity to go there and come out of that university too as well. Let's just talk about how that was, man. Like just what you learned up there at SC. And making that transition over to Miami, and how the experience was. Being able to be at such a prestigious school like that, on and off the field.
Yeah. SC was a dream school.
Yeah.
Since I was basically when I started playing football.
Yeah.
I always looked up to like Reggie Bush, Taylor Mays and whatnot.
I think we all, man. Reggie, especially Reggie. Reggie really laid that blueprint, bro, for everybody.
Troy Polamalu was out there. They had guys. So,
yeah.
I remember when I was a little kid, I had my whole room SC'd out.
Word.
Blankets, walls, had the big sticker with the SC on it.
Yeah. Pop's a big SC fan too.
Pops, moms, everybody.
Yeah,
so
everybody.
it was just like a no-brainer to go there. And the thing is before, when we was at the Army game, you went to the Under Armour.
I went to Under Armour from Army.
Yeah, so I was at the Army game, and I remember, I think 2 nights before the game, I was like, I want to go to ASU. Like, I feel like SC gonna do something to me that just kind of shady. And my parents was like, nah, I don't think so. And I'm like, nah, I'm going.
And AP went to
AP was going to
both of them went
so I remember calling Todd Graham, and I was like, I'm coming to ASU.
Yeah.
Just letting you know that.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
Like, so
I bet he was excited as hell too.
I pull up Army game, and I tell my parents like right before the game. So it's like I send a text message, and I know I ain't got to text them back because I'm about to go out there.
Yeah.
And sent him. I remember coming back to halftime, and I had to go up there and announce third quarter. Cause
you did yours on the podium and everything.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I remember coming back to halftime. My phone is getting blown up. Everybody, all the coaches from SC, my parents. I had my girlfriend's mom texting me. I had everybody texting me.
Blowing you up.
Bubba, you better go to SC.
Word.
You better, there's no other option. You're going to SC.
So at this point, you had only talked to Todd Graham. It was only, this was something that you had only knew, that you was making an ASU move.
I mean, I had told my parents a couple of days before. They were kind of like, whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you're lying.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, no, I'm dead ass.
So when you get on that podium, they thinking that you finna pull that ASU.
They thinking I'm about to pull that. No. Well, yes, they're thinking I'm about to pull the ASU hat.
Yeah.
So they're like, no. So I'm literally up there at the podium, and my mom is just looking at me. My dad looking at me. And I'm like, bro.
Well, who else did you have up there? You had ASU, SC.
I had ASU, SC, Florida, and Ohio State.
And they don't know what you, at this point, you at the podium, they don't know what the hell you about to do.
They don't know what I'm in. I could have picked any hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember just looking at him, and I'm like, what? And I ended up picking SC, bro. And it was just like, I was mad. But fast forward,
Wait, SC, so SC didn't even know you was going to pick them.
SC thought I was going to pick them.
Yeah.
I had already talked to everybody, went on my visits, did all this, did all that, and I was like...
So they had an idea, but they just didn't know for sure type of deal.
But I remember my parents texting the coaches from SC and like, yo, Bubba's about to commit to ASU, call him, text me this. So I'm just getting blown up by everybody, bro. And I'm just like, it's too overwhelming.
Right.
So I ended up committing to SC. And I think it was the best move for me.
Yeah.
School-wise, just the whole everything.
Yeah, you're an SC guy. Like that did not surprise me at all when you didn't pick. When you picked SC.
Yeah. So, but I get there and it was different, but at the same time, I feel like Gorman structured me a lot for it. And when I got there, obviously I had some older guys over me, so I played a lot of special teams. And then coming into my sophomore year, that's when I got announced starting safety like right before the season. But throughout that time, after the season and the time of the start of the first game, I got into a situation at SC off campus, with some people that I basically knew from the start. Some girls, former athletes, volleyball players. And basically, you know, we was just out drinking. You know what I mean? Went to a party. The basketball team just win. And they were like, yeah, pull up to our party, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, bet. So we all pull up.
Yeah.
We drinking and whatnot.
Yeah.
And after that, I remember I was with Levi. And Levi like, bro, like, let's just dip. Let's just go home. And I'm like, all right, bet. So boom, we leave the party. The girls come outside and they like, no, come back to our place. And I'm like, all right, bet. Like, go downstairs. At this point, me and Levi look and we like, all right, let's order Uber. Let's just go home. So I had a girl order me an Uber. And one of the girls I was talking to played volleyball too. She was a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
So she come downstairs and she like, nah, Bubba, like, let's go. Mind you, at this point, bro, I'm lit already. Me and Levi lit. Yeah. So, boom, she dragged us into the Uber. I don't even got my phone. Like, the other girl still ordered me an Uber. Yeah. It's a whole bunch. So we pull up to the crib and basically we get there, bro, and first thing I do, take my shoes off and go lay down. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everybody up in there turning up, drinking, smoking. And Levi get up. He like, hey, Bubba, get up. Like, come on, let's turn up, bro. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, bet. I get up, bro, and I go to I remember seeing a girl vividly in the kitchen, and she had a popsicle. And I'm like, damn, let me get one real quick. I get the popsicle, and I throw the wrapper. And the girl that lived there, Bubba, why you throwing stuff? All this, all that. And I'm like, yeah. Damn, my bad. Yeah. And she like, go downstairs and go get more alcohol for us. And I'm like, I haven't drank since I got here. I was asleep on the couch. I just got up. Why do I need to go get it? This is your house. You go get it. Right. And she was like, nah, Bubba, go get more alcohol. And I'm like, nah, like if you want me to leave or something, I'll leave. I don't care. Yeah. She sit back for a little bit, came back. Fuck you, Bubba, fuck you. And I'm like, whoa, like, I don't know who you talking to. And mind you, it's me and Levi. Yeah. And basically the whole volleyball team. Yeah. So we're there and I'm just like, I don't know who you talking to. You ain't nothing, bro. Like, stop all this. Right. Let's have some respect. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here. Right. I've known you since I've got here. Right. Don't try to pull this. Right. Don't do this. Yeah. And basically after that, you know, the girl that I came with, the freshman, she was like, all right, Bubba, like, let's go. I'm like, all right, bet. So I leave, walk outside. And I remember I was just like, let me get my wallet. Let me get my shoes. Like, y'all still got all that stuff up in the room. They go back, get it. I get my stuff, I leave. 9 days later, the girl go to school and she says, oh, Bubba threatened me. He said he was going to have somebody do a drive-by. And I remember Coach Helton pulled me into the office and he's like, what's up with I looked at Helton and I was like, you think I'm going to have somebody do a drive-by? Yeah. From Vegas. That's not even you. I'm from Vegas, that's like who made that up? Yeah. You know what I mean? So we go through this whole investigation or whatever. Come summertime, I still got this hold on my account, and I'm like, I got to register for summer school classes. Yeah. So I call the people, and they're like, hey, we got to see if we can, you know, figure it out to uplift your hold. I'm like, all right, bet. She was like, I got to talk to the dean to see. And I was like, all right, bet. So she talked to her, and she was like, yeah, your case is dismissed. You're completely fine. All right. How long is this process at this point? This is like a year or so? No, so it was, the situation happened in February, and I would say February. So about like 3 months. Okay. This whole investigation went. And mind you, she interviewed me, Levi, basically everyone that was at the involved. Party and at the other party too. Got you. And they were like, yeah, like, you know, the case dismissed. I was like, all right, bet. Right. And I had already moved out of like on campus. Yeah. Living. So you was doing like off campus living at this point. Okay. Got you. So I had signed a new lease to move on the street. Right. Menlo. Right. And I think July comes around, and that's when I moved. And the girl the girl lived on the street, mind you. The girl that was involved, the one that was trying to tell you to get alcohol and everything. Yeah, got you. So she lived at the top of the street. I lived at the bottom of the street. Right. I had already got the lease a long time ago. Right. I move on the street. The girl goes back to the school during the summertime and was like, oh, Bubba moved to my street. Like trying to portray like as if you're following her or something like that. Something right. Like that. Yeah. So therefore, she goes back to the school. The school opens up another investigation. And the first time they called me and they were like, yo, we're having this. We need you to come in. They sent an email, this, that, the other. Mind you, it's summertime. I'm not using my email. I'm not really doing nothing. Right, right. You're not really paying attention to it. Yeah, taking a break. So basically, without me knowing, they went through another investigation. Didn't use none of the people that I had on my side, which was pretty much everyone. Right. And they basically used these 3 girls and came up with this whole thing. Like, all right, yeah, he's following her, or he's doing this. He's gonna cause a threat to her. And I remember we played UNLV game 1, and it was Wednesday, I believe. Game is Saturday. Helton called me in the office. He's like, yo, Bubba, whatever happened with that situation back in February? I was like, case got dismissed, all that. He was like, that's what I thought, but something just got brought back up. And I'm like, all right. He was like, check your email. Check my email, nothing there. Leave, come back. He's like, check it again. Checked it. Bubba Bolden, you've been suspended for 28 months due to this. And I just sat there and I just looked at it. And I'm just like, what next?
Yeah.
And he was like, I mean, I'm totally with you. The whole athletic, whatever is all with you. And I was like, all right, well, like, can I play?
Yeah.
Like, nah, you can't play. Like, you're suspended from playing football, going to practice, but you could still go to school. And I'm like, what sense does that make?
Right. That makes none at all. I remember reading the articles.
If it's a suspension for school-related or off-campus, how does that affect football? But I can still go to school.
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense at all.
So we go through this whole appeal. We do all this, do all that. Eventually, I leave in October. And they had came back from the appeal, and they were like, oh, yeah, we'll knock a couple things off, but you're still suspended. So I was like, all right, bet. I left. I withdrew from SC. Came back home, went to CSN. And at this point, I had sued SC. I'm going in the process of suing.
Still to this day, or you?
No, I ended up stopping. But I had sued them right after that. And the crazy thing is, I got reinstated back into the school in January for a faulty investigation, they said. And at that point, I'm like, y'all just took a whole season away from me.
Yeah.
Y'all made me look bad. Because SC doesn't release any information, so people didn't know what happened.
Right.
So people were thinking, oh, Bubba might have did this.
Right.
Might have did that.
All the speculations at this point are just running.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was just like, y'all let all that stuff happen, and now you want to come back and say, oh, faulty investigation on their end.
That's terrible.
Because it was one lady who did the whole investigation.
Yeah.
She wasn't no police officer. She just so happened to work at the school and made basically life-changing, calls and whatnot.
Right, listening to he say, she say type of deal.
Exactly.
Right.
So all that happened, and I remember talking to my mom, and I'm like, this is my opportunity to go back. That's my opportunity to go back. And she was like, nah, you're not going back there. Like, and that was one thing that my parents said they regret from when I wanted to go to ASU. And I told my parents, I said, I feel like something at ASU is going to happen where they, mess with me. And after that, I mean, I've made my own decisions. Like I said, I went to CSN. I ended up going to El Camino in LA, and then went to Miami. And best move, best opportunity for me, and that career went how it went.
Man, that's crazy. And first of all, I want to say, Dura, I appreciate you sharing that story and stuff too on here, man, and shining light on that, because I remember when you was going through that. Yeah. And we never have been the type to exchange information. I mean, talking stuff like that on the daily or anything like that. But I just remember watching from a distance. Like I said, I grew up playing ball with you, and seeing everything and seeing your growth, and I'm still seeing your growth to this day. And I just the first thing that I thought about, being at UCLA was that damn, knowing how LA is and how California was and stuff like that, I could be I was like, damn, I feel bad for Bubba. I know that he probably going through a lot of shit right now with just trying to manage all this stuff. And at that point, they wasn't really releasing no information. So I didn't really know what was going on. I just know that they were saying you were suspended for X amount of time and everything like that. And then hearing word of mouth from other people. But I mean, I've never been the type of person, bro, to be listening to what other people got to say. Exactly. So yeah, I'm not, unless I hear it from, the person's mouth, I'm not taking it into account. Yeah. So, it's crazy how all that plays out, man, for you, and it's very unfortunate that you had to go through that and stuff too as well, man, because it's that's a shitty situation, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's a life-changing situation.
Yeah,
people look at you different, and I mean, even now, I mean, I had a workout with the Texans not too long ago. Right after the workout, I go talk to a scout, and the scout first thing he say, whatever happened with that whole SC situation? And And I'm like, still to this day,
Mm-hmm.
like, y'all want to ask about that?
Mm-hmm.
Even to the draft process, it's the same thing. What happened with the SC situation?
Mm-hmm.
That was the only thing that they talked about. Everything else was like, oh, yeah, you're good. Everything else, we don't need to talk about that. Right?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about this situation. What happened?
Right.
Tell me about it.
Right.
And it's like they already know the situation.
Right.
It's released. You
right.
can go pull up. I have all the paperwork. I have everything.
Right.
And I just continue to tell a story, and it's just like, all right. And I don't know what else they want to know.
Right. And I think it's important too that, you know, I just like giving out the outside perspective of everything too as well, bro. I know that you are not that type of person. And I think that it's important to shine light to let people know that you're not that type of person. And you know, and I'm not saying that situations don't happen like this. I'm not saying that females don't deal with situations like this, but what I am saying is that I know who you are. And I know that, you know what I'm saying, growing up with you, and I know how your family is and stuff like that, and you're not that type of person. So it's very unfortunate that you had to deal with something like that, because like you said, it is life-changing. And, you know, even you going through like the draft process and everything like that, people bring that up, man. Like, that's unfortunate, bro. Like, it really is, and that's tough. I know that that's tough on you mentally, you know, especially, you know, it ends up working out for you, you know, you making that transition to Miami, but I'm sure that SC is somewhere that you wanted to spend, you know, the rest of your career at, you know, and being able to come out of there and, you know, be a powerhouse and a household name that was at SC.
Yeah, I mean, you see, I still got it tatted on my knee.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's permanent. Everybody asks me, oh, you going to get it covered up? Nah, it's a part of the journey, part of the story.
Yeah.
I forever got love for SC.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm always going to have love for him. It's one lady who made a decision. It's not the whole school.
Mm-hmm.
I still talk to everybody up there. Still cool with a lot of the coaches and whatnot. So that's that. I mean, it ain't no hate to it. It is what it is. It's part of life.
Yeah.
You got to move on.
Yeah.
So
mental health is a big thing for athletes nowadays. It's becoming a more of a, you know, popular topic now more than ever. And, you know, just talking about that story mentally, where does that like take a toll on you? And, you know, like, you know, how are you feeling, like, you know, you go into those JCs and stuff like that, trying to, you know, get back on your feet to end up going to Miami. Where are you at that point once you leave SC, you know, and being able to like going through that, trying to figure out what's next for you?
That was probably, I would say, the hardest year by far. So it was like season started September, I'm pretty sure, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So I basically sat in my room from September until I left. Didn't really go to class. Didn't want to show my face on campus.
Yeah.
Then I was like, yeah, I can't do none of that. Didn't go out, didn't do nothing. I just sat in the house all day.
And this is at SC. Yeah.
So it's like I'm suspended. I can't play football.
Right.
So I'm not about to go to class.
And this is some shit I done been playing since I was, you know, 7 years old, a little kid. You know.
So it was just like I just sat in my room, and I think that was the hardest time. And it was just like I felt, you know, ashamed. Obviously, it was a whole bunch of speculation. It's like I can't tell my side of the story because I'm still going through this whole stuff.
Yeah.
So nobody could really know. So everybody just thinking this, thinking that. You know, I still got a lot of support, but that don't, you know, bring me back to playing football.
Right, doesn't minimize the situation, the bigger problem at hand.
Exactly. So it was hard. I mean, and then I ended up going to CSN, and it's like you go to CSN, and I'm from Vegas.
Right.
I was, you know, I was supposed to be that guy in Vegas, and now I'm back at CSN.
That's tough.
That's not the place that you want to be.
Right.
But luckily I had Bryce. Bryce Hampton was up there. So that was kind of like a
balance.
Me and him was just like, you know, we're going to go here. We're going to go to class, bro. And we're going to go to the field. We're just going to go work out.
Right.
And that's going to just be our daily thing.
Right.
So luckily I had him through that whole process. And then obviously my family. But at the end of the day, bro, I mean, I was messed up in the head for a minute, bro. Like, wasn't eating, bro. Lost a whole bunch of weight. I remember getting to Miami, bro. I was like 183. That's like all time.
That's all time like low, huh?
That was like the lightest that I've been. When I was at SC, I was like 200, like whatever. So that whole process. But I remember getting a call from Miami. That was one of like the best times of that. Just knowing that I'm gonna have the opportunity to make it
again
to another prestigious college. Because at first I remember I'm going on a visit to Hawaii, thinking I'm about to go there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this what it came to?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But luckily Miami, they figured it out. I had to talk to everybody, talk to deans, president, this, that, the other, and you know they first off they knew the whole story.
Yeah,
they had
all the paperwork, everything to work. Yeah,
so it was just like, is he gonna tell the truth?
Right. Yeah.
So I go there and I tell the truth, bro. You know, I'm always gonna stay true to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they stay true to me. So at that point, I just knew I gotta put in the work now.
Yeah.
And it was just like for that whole year, that whole basically spring when I was in LA at El Camino, I was just putting in work, bro. Putting in work. And even during school at that point, you don't got tutors, you don't got no help.
Right.
And I remember I ended up failing a math class. So I had to stay longer in the JUCO. I had to stay in the summertime. So I missed like summer camp, you know, beginning of fall camp at Miami.
Right.
But, you know, I ended up getting through it, ended up graduating from the JUCO and whatnot and headed to Miami. But main thing, I mean, I don't even know what to say on like how to keep your mental straight through something like that.
That was gonna be my next question. What, like, how did you keep, like, what guy? It just
my mom, my dad, bro, family, being around friends. I think going home, it was like all right, I can get away. But at that point, that's when you just in your head. My mom at work, I'm at home all day.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna be thinking about this, that, the other. I got Twitter notifications popping up. Bubba's on TMZ, Bubba's this. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So going back to LA, being around my homies, my girlfriend at the time was at SC. So obviously I was with all my friends. It was just like, I'm back at SC again. I just go to a different college. So that kind of felt good to have my homies around me. But other than that, bro, it was just like, I feel like, I mean, personally with me, I got to just get through everything myself. Like, I'm going to have support. I'm going to have my mom that, you know, just hug once in a while and whatnot, but I got to get through it myself. You can't get through it yourself, and you got to have somebody push you.
It's going to be hard.
It's going to be real hard.
It's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard for another event that happens. That's bad.
Yeah.
What you going to do at that point?
And I think you hit on that, bro, earlier when you said after, you know, you made that decision, you wanted to originally go to ASU. And, you know, you said that, you know, how you were telling your parents and stuff like that you feel like something was going to happen up there. And how you had to start making your decisions for yourself, you know, going forth with everything that you did and making your decisions for yourself. And I think that is power in that. And I think also, bro, you answered the question as to how you got through it, but I feel like you knew what you wanted to do, which was still play ball at the end of the day. And you found, it seems like to me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like to me that you found therapy in the work and continuing to put the work in. And I think that is instilled in you from youth days. And, you know, like I mentioned earlier, like family and, you know, having the right environment around you, going to Bishop Gorman, and just knowing that, like, at the end of the day, it all relies on the work. And I think there's different coping mechanisms for everybody as an athlete that's going through different things. Like, I know for me, personally, when I decided to step away from football, something that I thought it was something that, you know, I was going to be doing for forever and continue to keep playing, like, I didn't find, you know, peace and happiness in the work anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I found peace and happiness in stepping away and figuring out my life outside of the game. And I think that, like, you know, whether that be meditation, yoga, you got to find peace in whatever that peaceful thing is. You got to run with it, you know. And like for you at that time, that point in time, it was just the work, man, and continue to put that work in.
Yeah, bro. I mean, even right now, it's the same thing. It's like therapy, bro. Playing the game is therapy. That's like people's safe place. You know what I mean? You go out there, you could have fun. You could be you.
Absolutely.
In the world you live in,
it's a fun game, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's so much fun, bro. Yeah. And I don't think, you know, people really, they look at it too much as, I don't know.
Yeah.
They don't look at it as fun. They look at it as like, they need to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, nah, bro, we don't need to do this.
Right.
We do it because it's fun.
Right. And if it ain't fun for if it
ain't fun for you, don't do it.
Yeah, stop doing it.
Happen,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, bro, it's therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. I got a segment for you, bro. So as athletes, we got to think fast on our feet. We got to make quick decisions. Yeah. So I got one for you right here. If you're the head coach of a football team, you play safety, so you should know who these guys are. You got to pick between Ed Reed and Brian Dawkins to be your starting safety. Who you running with? You got both of them on your roster. And you got to pick one or the other. So who you running with?
I'm running with.
That's who your guy game one.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football.
Ed Reed.
Ed Reed.
Yeah.
Is there a bias to that, bro?
Nah, not at all.
Ed Reed or B-Dog?
Ed Reed. I think Ed Reed can do anything. He got the instincts. He has the full package. Brian Dawkins is that guy though. Brian Dawkins is gonna lay that boom.
Yeah.
He got the instincts too.
Yeah.
I think Ed Reed is just more of a fluid safety. He's better back there. I think Brian Dawkins is more of a strong, come down in the box.
Yeah.
Do that type of deal.
But I mean, I feel like you want. I think with Ed, you got the best of both.
You get the
best of both.
He could do both.
Yeah.
He could do everything on the field.
Yeah, you get the best of both. I honestly feel like when I think about Ed in his prime, B-Dog in his prime, you got to take Ed though.
Yeah.
Because you got to realize Ed is also with Ray Lewis, and the defense at that time is insane.
Yeah,
you have to run with Ed. So when I was thinking about that, I'm like, I wonder who he gonna pick. I mean, he might have some bias to Ed, but you honestly, if you're a football fan, you gotta run with Ed over B-Dog.
You have to.
Yeah.
Now Ed and Troy, that's a tough one. I don't know. I don't know which one.
I think I may still run with Ed on that, bro. Ed and Troy is cray.
They're both crazy. Like they're both crazy safeties.
Yeah.
They do the same stuff. They do the craziest, freakiest plays. They both could. I mean, but Ed back there at punt return, boy.
Yeah.
Taking them to
doing it all.
Ed off the edge blocking punts.
Yeah.
Troy doing the same thing though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
B-Dog, he wasn't doing none of that.
We're gonna run with Ed then, man. So that you get the opportunity to go through that draft process, man. I know that's surreal in itself, being a kid from Vegas and, not seeing too many people get that opportunity. But it was only a matter of time for you, especially, having that big career in Miami. Actually, let's highlight this real quick. What was some of your favorite moments at Miami, bro? I mean, y'all was looking good out there. And you was really in your rhythm and stuff like that. So, what's some of your favorite moments at Miami, bro?
Every Florida State game.
Ooh. Big rivalry. Yeah.
Big rivalry. So,
yeah.
First year Florida State, mind you, I'm still going through that whole thing with the whole SC year. This is before the transfer portal, so you got to sit out a year.
Right.
From the time you left the school or whatever. So
yeah.
I come back, and I play like 4 games, and the last game, and I'm just starting to get in my groove. It's 2019. Last game we played not the last game, but my last game. We played Florida State. Everybody like, this is the biggest game.
Yeah.
This is the game. Mind you, we weren't really that good that first year.
Yeah.
But no matter what, we could be 0-5. Florida State could be 0-5. That game is still going to be.
It's going to be a dogfight.
Booming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we go out there, and I remember going out there and getting that pick. And I break my leg. But that was that. But every Florida State game, the next year, came back.
Yeah.
Sack, pick.
Yeah.
Forced fumble, tackle for loss, all this, all that.
What did you break in your leg, actually? Did you break, like, the fibula? That's the side. Yeah, that's a side joint. So you broke your, like...
So fibula, and
then that's the area you broke it in right there?
Like
okay.
right here, and then I got
it's like lower fibula.
Tight rope around, like the cross. I don't know.
Just planted wrong type shit? Yeah.
Bro, I just fell my ass, hit my leg, and it just snaps.
I remember like the play. I remember like I didn't really look too much at the injury, but damn, like just
I don't know, bro. And I was just sitting there and I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, my shit hurt. Like, I think I twisted it bad, bro. I get up, everybody, you go put the chain on. I'm like, bro,
if you don't get your ass,
bro, I'm literally like running off the field. I'm like, my shit hurt, and next thing you know, it just like goes limp.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, it's bad. I sit down, but they put the chance.
Because you was spatted and stuff too, so it probably didn't even really like, yeah, it was probably locked in place.
They put the chain. I'm like, bro, take this chain off, bro. I don't want this chain, bro. Doctors come over. I'm like, bro, my shit hurt.
Yeah.
We go to the tent. The doctor look at my leg. He like, have you had this dent in your leg? I must have looked at him like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know damn well I ain't had that.
Yeah.
Look, he was like, yeah, you broke it. And I was like,
damn.
What it is
yeah.
At that point. But them Florida State games, them games we led. Probably like the best times.
What was your, I'm trying to think. I I feel like your best game was I want to say it was the one where your nose is bleeding.
Clemson.
That's Clemson. That's when y'all played Clemson. Y'all didn't beat Clemson though, did y'all?
No, we didn't beat Clemson.
Y'all didn't beat Clemson. But I remember in that game, didn't you have you had a pick in that game, didn't you?
No, I had a forced fumble in that game.
The forced fumble.
But
okay.
I had like 2 blocked field goals in that game.
That's what it was. Would you say that was like the best game that you played overall from top to bottom at Miami, or?
Ooh.
Because you had a few elite games there, bro. Yeah.
I don't know. It was either that game, Louisville. Mm-hmm. Louisville is when I first really popped off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Probably Clemson. Probably Clemson is the game to remember.
Yeah.
If you want to look at something.
Yeah.
All across the board. Yeah.
Would you say there was anything that changed in your game from when you was at SC to Miami, or was it just you finally got an opportunity to get out there and play?
It was just I finally got an opportunity.
Yeah.
Defense was real simple. It was just go out there and go play.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been a guy that's based my game off instinct.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes to studying film, just kind of seeing movements. Obviously, I played quarterback before, so I know quarterback reads.
How they looking at, what they looking at, type of thing.
Too high look. Oh, he gonna think it's cover 2, cover 4, quarters, whatever. Get down into cover 3. Get down to whatever coverage we want to get to, man, whatever, and just kind of play with them. So
yeah. Was Reed mentoring you up there in Miami?
Reed was up there.
Yeah, he was up there.
Reed, that 2020 season, the COVID year.
Uh-huh.
We were out there and we were on the field, and he would just be like, "Yo, Bubba, they're about to run a corner route. He runs. Bubba, they about to do this. They about to do that." He goes
like a damn cheat code out there.
And I'm like, "All right, I'm about to go."
Go ahead, pad these stats real quick.
I'm like, "All right, bet."
Yeah.
But nothing really changed from SC. It was just I finally got the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's all I need right now too, just opportunity.
Right.
I'll run with it.
Right, that's all it is. 9 times out of 10, that's what I always fall back on.
Exactly.
So when you fast forwarding now to that pre-draft process and finally getting that opportunity to go to the combine, you know what I'm saying, be in front of all those teams and everything like that. How was that experience for you, bro? Being able to finally get there, feel like, all right, it's time to really start seeing what's gonna roll out for me.
Yeah, it was good, bro.
Yeah.
I was excited for it. Obviously, my last season, I had got hurt, so it was kind of a weird pre-draft process.
Yeah.
I was still, recovering from my injury. So going through that, it was kind of like that mental battle with that whole thing, and it was like, all right, now I'm getting ready for combine.
Right.
All this, all that.
Yeah.
And it was just a whole process of, sitting down with agent, everybody, and it was just like, what's the process gonna be like?
Right.
How are we gonna, place it out?
You seen all 32 too, huh?
Yeah. So it was just like, when I went out there to the combine, I didn't even know if I was gonna run the 40 yet, because I'm like,
still
I
coming back
haven't
from
really
that
done
injury.
drills.
Yeah.
I can't bench.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to fall and do something and mess it up. So it was just like a whole weird process. And I remember going through, because I worked out at Exos in Arizona. And I remember the whole time. When I first ran, my first day running, we did 40s, my 40s. Well, I must have went out there and ran like a 4.8.
Word.
I said, hold on. This is going to be a long process, bro. And,
man.
Bro, I remember I was like, bro, I really got to stick to this grind, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, and I just put my head down, bro.
4.8 is tough, bro.
4.8 is horrible.
That's tough. Especially, coming off the injury, it's understandable, but damn, 4.8, that's tough.
I haven't ran in months, but it was like 4.8, hold on. I got to move faster.
Right.
So, what, a week or two before the combine, we do 40s again, and I go out there, and I remember running like a 4.52 or something like that. I'm like, and they're like, you're always going to run your fastest at the combine, no matter what.
Yeah,
you're not
all that adrenaline and shit.
You're not going to run your fastest before. You're going to run your fastest at the combine.
Right.
So 4.52, you're running 4.4.
Yeah.
So then a week later, I'm like, all right, let me just test it out again. I go out there and I run a 40 again, 4.64. I said, bro, they not going to draft me at all. I'm not going to make it. I'm like, damn, dog.
Hey, Hey, you don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm like, hold on, this is so up and down, bro. So I hit up my trainer and I'm like, dog, like, we gotta do something. He's like, Bubba, don't, bro. You're gonna run a good 40.
Yeah.
I said, I need to run a 4.4, bro. I don't care about nothing else. 4.4.
Yeah.
Night before the combine, night before I run, he has his whole. They got the Exos whole setup inside like this other hotel. We go over there and literally changed my whole stance the night before.
Damn, like that.
The night before, literally the night before. Go out the next day, boy, and run that 4.4. Crazy.
The night before.
The night before, though, like literally changed my whole stance, how to do this.
What took them so long?
I don't know. Bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I think they were just kind of just holding on just to be like, I changed them up the night before. Make the story a little bit better.
Make the story. They gonna sell that to the next person that comes through. We got Bubba right the night before. 4.8 to 4.4.
You know what I mean?
Shit.
So it was that, and then obviously Pro Day. Pro Day is when I went out there and did all the drills. And, and that was a good process. Basically just leading up to the draft. So
did you think that you was gonna get your name called and during the draft process, or was it kind of one of those things where talking with teams, you kind of knew it would be like an undrafted situation for you?
Nah, I mean coming into it,
I hear so many ups and downs in that shit, man.
Everyone was just like, Bubba, you're in the range from 3rd to 5th. And before the season, I was like 1st to 2nd. Yeah. You know what I mean? 1st to 3rd. Yeah. Like, and then obviously getting hurt, like game 3. Yeah. Obviously, like that's just kind of messes everything up. But my agent's like, bro, I mean, you done what you done. You playing football, your college career speaks for itself. Yeah. And then obviously going through, and I'm talking to my agent. He's like, yeah, you should get called 3rd through 5th. So I'm like, all right, bet. Sit on draft day, bro. Worst day ever. By far. Yeah. Because you really thinking, I'm going to get I got my family there and whatnot. Yeah. And then obviously going through day 1, I'm like, all right, I'm seeing the safeties go. I'm like, 2 safeties went, bet. Next day, I'm seeing some people go. I'm like, all right, like, I'll probably be day 3, early day 3. I'm going through there. I'm seeing everybody get paid. I'm seeing all the safeties get paid. There's, I think, 21 safeties that got picked in the draft.
And they not called. And
they ain't called me.
That's crazy, bro.
I remember just sitting in the bathroom, bro. I was just sitting there.
By
myself, just sitting in the bathroom, bro. And I remember getting a call in the 7th round, Seattle, Washington. Before I even answered, I looked at the draft board. Like, they ain't even got no picks. Like, what they calling me for? Answer it. It's John Snyder, the GM. He's like, hey, like, I want you to come to Seattle, blah blah blah, all this, all that. And I'm like, bro, like, why didn't y'all draft me, bro? Right. He was like, we didn't have enough draft picks, blah blah blah, all this, all that. Like, we want you up here though. Pete Carroll gonna call you later. And I'm like, all right, bro. And then Pete Carroll hit me up later, and he was like, bro, I think this would be a good opportunity for you. And then obviously I had the Patriots too. They hit my agent up, and I ended up choosing Seattle. So, I mean, the day was bad, but at the same time, I still got the opportunity. Right,
it still worked how it worked.
Yeah,
So, you're not with Seattle right now, but you did speak on it a little bit, and this was a question I was gonna ask. You're still seeking opportunities professionally and stuff like that to be able to still play pro ball?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
The whole process has been weird. So, been doing workouts and whatnot. But I told my agent just recently, I was just like, yo, like, if this don't go down within this next, I don't even know what month we in right now.
This is October, right? This is October, yeah.
So if it don't, nothing go down between October and mid-November, I said you could just cancel this NFL stuff out, like cancel this year out. At least. And I was like, bro, I'll play in the XFL. I was like, there's a team out here in Vegas. Yeah. I said, I'll do that. I mean, so we figuring that stuff out right now. I mean, obviously I can still get a call at any
moment.
So it's a long season. It is what it is, though. But I still got all this business. So I'm like, if I could play in the XFL, bro, and get some film out and whatnot, and still got my other business stuff on the side, I like playing football.
Right.
I'll go out there and go hit some people.
Right. Absolutely. And you highlight that, you know, having that identity outside of sports. How important is that, man? Like, you know, being able to have other things going that's for yourself than more than just the sports itself.
Bro, I think that's the biggest thing. And like that's what I want everybody to see me at. I don't want you to see me as Bubba the football player.
Right.
Like I think I've kind of got my image, I wouldn't say away from it, but outside of it.
Right.
I've been kind of, you know, I do a whole bunch of other stuff. But football don't define. It should never define you. You know what I mean?
In any sport for that matter.
Ever.
Right.
It should never define you. So, being comfortable with that, not having, like, what would I do without football? Like, would my life be over without? It's like, nah, bro. I've met so many people, so much other stuff in life where it's like, all you gotta do is go out there and connect with people.
Right.
Use your connections. Use your college, your high school, whatever. So, you know, having that true identity, cause to me, I'm Bubba. I'm not, Bubba the football player. No, I'm just me, bro. Like, I can do whatever I want. I could go play ping pong professionally if I wanted to.
Right.
You can't just put me in this category of football player.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I think that's the biggest thing, bro. Having identity to yourself and not letting something else control you. Right.
And I think a lot of athletes struggle with that, man, because it's something that we ingrained in these sports. A lot of us are doing them since we were younger. And that's all we really know how to do. And then like when that opportunity, you know, gets taken away from us, or when the time, you know, runs out, it's like, you know, what do I do next? And I think that you hit it on the nail. Like, you know, I can go and go play ping pong. Like, I'm just Bubba, the football player. I play football, but you know what I'm saying? That's not who I am all around. You know what I'm saying? I can do whatever, you know what I'm saying, I want to do. And I think that goes back into, like, as I was mentioning earlier when we was talking about, you know, finding peace and, you know, doing other things and having other things going for yourself. I think that's where you release some of that strain from, you know, it always just being about the sport. And you find more peace and, you know, solitude and, you know, knowing that I'm more than just this sport and what is, you know, bring it to me and stuff like that. And there's more opportunities out there for me than just this itself.
Fact, bro. I mean, like I said, bro, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I mean, even for like younger athletes, bro, don't let this define you.
Mm-hmm.
Open doors to everything. Be open to everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, opportunities. I was kind of closed off at first.
Yeah,
There's
same here. I was too.
Like, oh, you could do this, you could do that, and I'm like, nah, bro, I'm just football,
strictly football, right?
And it's just like, I learned, bro, it takes a strain on your mentals, and then also just everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, later on in my, you know, college career, I was like, bro, I gotta just like have a life outside of football,
right?
You know,
right?
Just do something outside of football,
right?
To not have me so just. You'll go crazy. You'll go crazy if you just do football.
That's facts. That's
really
facts, bro.
You'll really go crazy.
Any sport for that matter, bro. Like,
anything, you'll really go crazy.
If you fully ingrain yourself into one sport and like only that being the only thing, bro. I'm living proof of it, bro. Like just being there and like, you know, doing that all the time. It's like, bro, you'll burn out. And that's with anything in life. I feel like sports is very relative, you know, to life, bro. Like where if you're doing something and you're just constantly doing it, and I understand that we all want to be successful and get to somewhere, but you got to create that balance for yourself, man, where it's like your workflow with sports and outside of sports, it's got to, you know, make sense to the point to where like you can, you know, maybe take a day off or so, or like be able to, you know, decompress and like allow for your mental to work and stuff like that. Because if you just ingrain yourself into it, especially a violent sport like football, you'll wear yourself out, man, for real.
Boy, you'll wear your body out.
Yeah.
And you'll wear your mind out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big thing that I always used to tell my homies out there in Miami. Like, bro, y'all gotta like have fun, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
mm-hmm.
you still in college, bro. You still like, you 20, you 21, bro.
Yeah.
Like, enjoy yourself. Football will, bro. We're here. We're in college, bro. You're gonna play regardless.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to the field at 9:00 at night, run routes on a Saturday, bro. Like, go sit down somewhere. Go watch a movie. Do something, bro.
Grab some lunch or something like that. Especially in Miami, enjoy the beach or something, man, for real.
Miami was lit, dog.
Facts. What would Bubba now tell his younger self, man? Like, what a piece of advice would you now, sitting here right now in front of this podcast camera, what would you tell your younger self?
Don't worry. You know, like, don't worry. Don't stress. Everything gonna play out how it's wanted to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
My mom always told me, control what you can control. So, and throughout that, basically, broad statement of it, I mean, don't stress.
Mm-hmm.
Do everything right. Do everything you do.
Yeah.
Everything will be straight.
Right.
I mean, God had all this planned out anyway, so it's nothing you can really do to change it.
Right.
So
that's facts.
Yeah, bro.
We try to control everything, man, and sometimes
you can't.
You just got to sit back and, do the things that you want to do, stay the course to them, and allow for those things to play themselves out how they're supposed to, man. So, Bub, I really appreciate you, man, for coming on to the pod and sharing your story and stuff like that, bro. I mean, like, it's crazy how everything, I always say, comes back full circle. And, being able here to just share this moment, you sharing your story, man, is very powerful. I know people will gain something from this, and, I hope for you too as well. It was therapeutic to just be able to come on here and just talk, man, and like be able to share everything, man. Like, it's dope, man, and I'm rooting for you. I know the city is rooting for you. You done a lot and got a lot more to accomplish out here too as well. So, just keep being you, bro. I mean, it's your vibes is very vibrant and stuff like that, man. You always been a solid dude to me, bro. So I really appreciate you for coming on here, man. I just want to give you your flowers and stuff too as well, bro.
Appreciate you, bro, for real.
Yeah.
Coming on here we ain't chopped it up for real in a minute.
Yeah, it's been a cool minute.
It's been a cool minute. So coming back, connecting, like you said, coming back full circle, bro. I appreciate you, just sharing this opportunity.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. It's easy, brother. All right, man. Right on, man. Well, that wraps it up with another episode of the Rathletes Podcast. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe on any streaming platform that you guys are listening to. And yeah, we out. Peace.